everyone, it's Tiny Games here. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with a valley tour today. I am actually going to do a massive overhaul of a lot of parts of my valley. So there's a lot of changes that will be coming, and I might film a couple of those builds and upload them here to YouTube. But I wanted to take you through what I have so far. My main reason for that is I love a lot of the parts of my valley, and even though I am going to change them, maybe they'll be inspiring for you and give you lots of ideas. So yeah, let's take a look. We'll start off in the Plaza, since that's where we are. So here we are in front of my beautiful Dreamlight tree. I'm so happy. I've been working on a lot of the tasks, so I love how full and luscious that this looks currently. It just makes everything mwah, chef's kiss. But yeah, so as soon as you come down, we have this lovely little Mickey statue, and then I set up these little park benches. These are from the star path that we had recently, and then we also have just the regular park benches you can craft. Yes, please curtsy for me, Scar. So yeah, this is what we have here when you come down, and then obviously you have the steps down into the meadow. To the left here we have Scrooge's shop. We've also got a fountain here. This is I believe Belle's fountain. I love that the fountains now work and you can actually see water from them. I think it just makes everything just look a bit more together. I did surround this with some of the flower beds as well. Geez, everyone's here today. Hi, Nala. But yeah, I just thought it made it look a bit more prettier. I want this kind of section to feel very classy in a way, sort of a bit more formal compared to the rest of the island or the valley. This right here, this is my plan is to have a sort of like themed area depending on the season. So we recently had the big Easter event, so I've put in these round oval tables with some of the Easter place settings and food. We have the big Easter statue, I guess you could say it is, and I put the chairs next to it. I think the chairs are absolutely ridiculous as chairs. They just look so weird to sit on that yeah, just they can't really function properly as chairs in my opinion. So I just made them part of this centerpiece. We've got a couple of the baskets with the eggs in and some of the really pretty tulip flowers and everything like that, and then we've got some Easter eggs up here. So my plan is to change this seasonally. I'd love to put some summer themed items in this space, now that we are basically getting to summer, or at least in my part of the world we're getting to summer. I understand in Australia it's more like winter for you guys, but yeah, so for where I am I kind of want to have some summery items, but I didn't really want to place the like the hammocks and stuff. I didn't think they fitted in very well, so I'm hoping that maybe we get a star path or something that I can use to put some items in here. And then obviously come Christmas, for instance, this will have all the Christmas items. At Halloween we'll throw our Halloween items in here and everything. So yeah, and then to the right side we have this big Mickey fountain statue. I do wish like there was like some sort of water coming from this. Although you've got like the water in the middle there, I feel like it needs something. I did originally have this in the center where this little Mickey statue is, but I find that you then struggle to walk around it because I don't like how this doesn't connect to the path. So you can see in here, oh my god, there's a little Easter egg in there. I hadn't even noticed that. But yeah, it kind of doesn't seamlessly connect to the flooring. So I had to place these bushes around it to kind of hide that. And it fills up the space. So unfortunately I couldn't keep it in the middle because it just made it difficult to walk around. And then over here we have Chez Remy's and his house. We've got the gazebos here, which do look really nice when they're all lit up at night and everything. I just laid out these little tables with either some candles or some cutlery, just to look a bit more put together. We also have the Beauty and the Beast tea trolley here, which I love this item. I think it's really cute, and just kind of completes the look for this outdoor dining area. And then I set up this, which is like a musical kind of area. So we've got the little harp, so you can just imagine someone here playing the harp, playing a bit of nice classical music as you dine away. So yeah, that is my plaza anyway for you. We'll move on from there and we'll head into the meadow. Now I do want to sort of say that my valley is not complete. I don't think I'll ever class it as complete for a long time, especially with all the updates that we're still going to have to this game. So bear in mind there are some areas that are kind of empty and not decorated. So here we have the famous Minnie Mouse clock that she requested a lot of clay for. Now oddly enough, I didn't struggle with the clay. I'd actually got, I think I had about 190 clay already, because I was farming a lot of okra at the time to make my money. So I had quite a lot of clay in supplies, because you get quite a bit when you're digging up in the Glade of Trust. Yeah, Glade of Trust. So this wasn't too hard for me. I think the hardest bit was either the iron or the wood part of it. It was the wood. I remember running around in the Forest of Valor trying to find the correct wood that I needed. So certainly that's what I found more difficult. Let me know if you had the same issue or if you just struggled with the clay. But here to the left and right, we have this beautiful like topiary square piece. I do like this piece. When I first seen this piece, I thought it was absolutely stunning. I maybe like it a little less now that I've had it for a while. Maybe it's just because I need to put it together a bit more. Maybe I need to put some flowers surrounding it or something. I guess because it's not like a garden topiary maze, that it just kind of, maybe it's a little bit underwhelming. But yeah, so that's what we have framing these. Like I said, it's not complete. Like, I definitely feel like it needs something else for it, but it is what it is. We'll find something to do. And then in here, I love this part. This part is like one of my favorite parts of the meadow. We've got our little orchard here. So we've got all our fruits and plants. We have Wally's garden at the back, and just look at this view. It is so amazing. This is why I love this area so much. I can just imagine gardening here and then looking out to the sea. Obviously looking down to the fish market, which we'll cover a bit later on. Sadly, this is one of the areas that I am gonna demolish, because I want to move Eric's castle up here. I'll go into that in a bit more detail when we get down to the beach, but yeah, sadly this is an area that is going to relocate, but it is absolutely stunning. I love this orchard. I think it's great. So yeah, you can see I haven't finished it off. I haven't fenced off on this side, which I was doing with these fences here, which are randomly still here. So yeah, that's the orchard. Then we have this little area over here. Now I envisioned this as sort of like a farmer's market. So we have Goofy's stall, we have the Cocoa stall, which again I think was a Star Path item. I do love this. I think it's really cute. It is a shame that it's like quite seasonal. I'd love a stall like this without maybe the Christmassy parts on it. Let me know if there is such an item in the game like that, because if so, I need to get a hold of it. We've got a couple of like little barrels, the rusted trash can as well, and we've also got this bike as well, which is a really cute item actually, from Wally's collection. But yeah, very, very cute. We also have this little picnic table here, which I put this bucket of sweets on and this cuddly teddy. I just imagine like a little kid here with his sweets, eating away, and then the parents maybe with a cup of coffee or something, which I've set up a little tea thing here. Now that I've got a few more items, I'd probably readjust this to have different items on here, but at the time that's kind of what I had. And then we've got the little coffee cart as well, which again, just very cute. So that makes up my little farmer's market area. I think I would love to extend this. One of the things that I wish I had was the little veggie or fruit stand that you can get from the pouches. I think that would just kind of create just a better look. It would complete it and finish it off. As you can see, I'd started to fence this area off as well, but as we all know, dark wood is difficult to get. Dark wood is a nightmare to get, so it's incomplete at the moment. But over here, hello Goofy. I love Goofy. Goofy's amazing. He's so cool. But yeah, we have Goofy's house here. I had to make sure he had a pond. He's always fishing, so it only makes sense for me to give him a little pond with his house. So I set up this area here to the left to be like a kind of like fishing spot. So even though we don't have fishing poles, this is actually one of the fences, the metal fences, and I just like pretend it's a fishing pole. So that's what we have set up here for Goofy. We also have this outside table. This is, I think, the sewing table or sewing desk from Wally's collection. I just imagined Goofy tinkering here. We've got a little washing basket for all his laundry and everything. So that's what we have here. We've also got the Zen garden. Now, I don't actually like the Zen garden here. I just don't have anywhere to put it. So it's currently just at the back of Goofy's, and then I imagine this storage is like a little a cupboard for all his gardening supplies and everything like that. And then over here we have a little bench where Ariel sat down. Okay, ma'am. She obviously did not like us being near her. She's like, I'm out of here, I'm getting away from you. But yeah, so we've got the little steamboat, Mickey, Steamboat Willie? Yeah, little boat thing here. See, Buzz doesn't mind hanging out with us. Oh, never mind. He started to walk off again. And I've just put it on top of this little box, which I think is from the Woody collection. But yeah, so that completes Goofy's house. And then over here we have Mickey's house. Originally I had Mickey and Minnie together, but it just felt a bit cramped, especially with the flooring. I couldn't get that to line up properly with their houses. So for now we just have Mickey here. So we've got a couple of the little Plaza trees here. We've got a lovely little seating area again, just with some of the items. And then I set up this with the little chess pieces on the tables. I did try and get a singular table and try and line it up, but I couldn't line up the chairs with the table or with the chessboard, and it was really bugging me. So we currently have this weird like quad setup here, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but this is what it is. And then over here we've got another dining area. I randomly put this telephone out here. It has no purpose, but it just was another item I could add. We've got the little cool box and a couple of the seats here. So these seats look really small, actually. They look a bit tiny. But yeah, this makes a more like formal sitting area. And then we have the pool here as well. Again, this isn't really an item that I wanted in Mickey's garden, but there's like, I feel like there's a real lack of outdoor items for this game, or things that make sense outdoors. So I have put this little chair here, but again, this isn't a chair that I would have outside. Like, this would get ruined in the rain in seconds. So sometimes you just, I mean, it is a game after all, but sometimes you just have to kind of make believe. And then you can see I've actually put this broom in the wrong way. So he's like looking towards the house. I didn't mean that. But yeah, I thought the broom would be a nice little touch there as well. So following on from that, we have the Glade of Trust, which is currently an area that I am working on. Now, this right here, this took me ages. I spent 2 hours on stream trying to make this Mickey bush. If I zoom out for you here, you'll probably be able to see it a bit more clearly. But I couldn't get the round bushes to line up with this central circle. Like, they wouldn't all fit in, which really annoyed me. So I ended up putting these other bushes in place just to kind of fill the space. But yeah, this took me a long time. I am very happy with it. Like, it looks good. But yeah, that took a while. And then you can see here I'm kind of using this rock flooring to create a path. And then to make the edges a bit softer, I'm placing down some rocks just to border it. But I've not completed it yet because, as you can see, I need it to kind of loop around here. So I wanted this to be all one continuous path, but it's just not done yet. And then to the left of the glade, here we have the beautiful Dreamlight fruit trees. These are gorgeous. I love the little sparkles that they give off. I kind of wish we had more trees in game that had this kind of effect, because I think it is really pretty. But the Dreamlight trees are massive. Like, they take up a lot of space on the floor, if that makes sense in terms of the grid space. So it'd be nice if maybe, like, see the purple trees we've got in the front, if they gave off that same glitter effect. That would be amazing. I would also like maybe some different colors of trees. I know it doesn't make sense, but like, if these trees were in blue, I would be so happy. Purple is one of my least favorite colors, and I love the color blue, and I would just love it if this was all in blue. This would just look so much more appealing to me. So Disney developers or Gameloft developers, please get on that. Please get me some blue trees, thank you. That is my one desire. But this right here, so with the sparkles, I immediately think fairies, I think magic. So we've got Merlin's house here. So I moved Merlin's house to the left side just to kind of keep it hidden, so it seemed more secretive and more magical that way. And then we've got the pillars here with these little like light thingies in them. These are gorgeous. I think these are so beautiful. But yeah, I just think it looks very magical and everything like that. And then I set up a lot of reading stuff for Merlin. Just imagine him pottering away, doing his experiments, learning stuff and everything. So we've got these out here. I did say actually on stream, I wish we had a wooden gazebo. So not like the glass gazebo that we have in the Plaza, but if we just had like a wooden gazebo, because all these books are going to be mucky. They're going to be wet. They're going to be damp. They're going to be gross. The pages are going to be stuck together. Like, it is not going to be functional. So I just wish we had like a gazebo item that I could put them under, so they just like, in my head, I would feel it fit better. But yeah, leaving this side, again, we've got the trees just to frame it off. So if you imagine sort of walking through here and just seeing all of this, I just think it looks very pretty, very magical, very kind of fairy cool. Which leads me into this next section. Here we've got this kind of pillar circle. When the other pillars are movable, I will move them too. The only pillar I haven't moved down here is the one from the Sunlit Plateau. Now, one of my reasons for that is that I don't like that when you move the pillar, there's like a little weird section of water under the ground, and it just looks weird seeing that exposed. So I didn't move that down here. The only thing that really bugs me with this is that the ground around the pillars, like you can see here, we've got some sand, we've got some snow. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But I just like the pillars kind of being together like this. They just look a bit more mystical and magical again. But yeah, leading on from that, we have Minnie's house here. Minnie's house I am currently working on, so it's not complete in any sense. I do, again, wish we had a bit more in terms of outdoor furniture, because I really would love to decorate her space a bit more. I tried to give her like a bit of a like gardening area with the flowers and everything. I think a lot of people have done similar and given her kind of like flower gardens. I do wish we had a bit more to it. I've put a little chair out here. I do need to buy another one of these, just so I can put it together. And then if we had a nice outdoor table, I would put it in between. But yeah, I just don't have the items for it at the moment. But you come down here, and I made these little mini Mickey bushes. So just using the these plants, dwarf birch plants I think they are, and then the bushes. So you just create this kind of like mini hidden Mickey kind of shape. I mean, it's not really a hidden Mickey when it's so obvious, but I thought that was a cute and nice touch, just to make the way up to Minnie's house. And then we have this. This is one of my favorite like kind of tree items. I love this, how it creates this like archway. I think it's amazing. So we go through there. Then we have Ursula's house to the left. I tried to decorate Ursula's house. I really did. I put a lot of like her furniture items, like the chairs and the little carpet rug thing that she has in her collection. But I just didn't like it. I hate using all these indoor furniture items for outdoors. It just kind of bugs me a bit, because I'm like, oh god, these would be so wet in the rain. And like, I know it's a game and you're meant to like suspend your like real beliefs and stuff like that, but yeah, it just bugs me. So Ursula isn't decorated, and she's just kind of sat here for now. But it does look quite nice in the night, actually. It fits in, like the purple glow and everything's very cute. We'll head down to Dazzle Beach now. My Dazzle Beach has undergone a lot of changes. One of the first things I did was a kind of beachside theme parky area. This was before we had the Star Path items. But as soon as I got the Star Path items, I moved them all into the Forest of Valor, because there just wasn't enough space on the beach. So I imagine this area of the beach to be like the beach that everyone comes to relax on, to sunbathe, to surf. So we've got the surfboards here. We've got some of the towels and parasols. We also have this really cute item. This is from Rapunzel's section. I just imagine some like people setting up this really cute aesthetic area where they can just like relax, read a book, chill by the beach, maybe draw some things and everything like that. So very, very, very cute. Then we have the ice cream stands here. I actually made the porsicles I think they're called, and put that out here as well, like just to add to that. That's one of the things I actually love doing, is using the food items as a way of like decorating. So you can see I've got the ice cream there. I've also got down here another ice cream, and then you'll see it as we come along. We've got these two seats here with like a guitar. I imagine people just like strumming away, and the little lunchbox to imagine they have their food in it. But yeah, over here you can see we've got the ice cream sundae on the floor. I use one of the open books again just to decorate, make it look like they're reading. We've got a little can of drink here as well. I think that was from the Lilo and Stitch collection. And another ice cream here with the donut chairs, which are really, really cute. But yeah, I imagine people looking out to sea, sunbathing, having a lot of fun. And then I set up the Wreck-It Ralph counter here. We've got a bit of seafood here. We've got some ice cream in the coconut bowl again. Just little touches with decorating. I do wish we could put stuff on here. Like if I could put food on this counter, oh, it would be amazing. But sadly we can't. So I had to put in this little L-shaped counter to put the food on. But yeah, that kind of makes off this like busy section here where everyone kind of like can come and hang out and everything. Then over here we have my little fish market area. Again, I really love this area. I think it's so pretty. We're using the bell fountain once again. The fountain items are some of my favorite items in the game. We've got Moana's fish boat here as well, and Donald's boat here. Yeah, I just think this looks really good. It's a good way of incorporating Goofy's stall, because that's one of the things I struggle with actually with a lot of the areas, is putting Goofy's stall into place. You kind of forced to create a market area in each biome, which is great if you love that look, but sometimes I think it could be a bit much. So yeah, that's what we have here. Then to the just coming out here, we have our Moana section. So I've got all these little statues here with Maui. We have this Honored Place statue, which I think we did in one of Ariel's missions. And then I wanted to make it look very tropical and everything. So this pool actually I had up in the Sunlit Plateau originally with Mirabelle's build, but I'm trying to make a bit more space. As I said, I am redoing my island, so I've moved this down to the beach, and I do want to incorporate it in with Moana's items. So I've created this very little tropical area. We've got the little food dining floor set here, the coconuts here as well. I do just wish I could expand on this area, but at the moment I can't, because here we have Prince Eric's castle. So this is one of the reasons why I'm getting rid of the orchard that I have up in the meadow, is that I want to move Eric's castle there. So Eric's castle definitely has to be near some sort of cliffs. It needs to be near the beach, because it needs to be near Ariel. Like, I don't want to separate him. I've seen a lot of people put him in the Sunlit Plateau because of the colours blending well, but I just feel like it's too far separated. Like, when I think of the Little Mermaid film and think how Eric's castle is situated on the beach, or near the beach I should say, that's exactly the same kind of thing that I want in my valley. So Eric is going to move basically straight up. We're going to put him up there. Whether I put him into the very far corner there or just leave him on this side, I don't know yet. I'll see about possibly doing a build for that when I can. But yeah, he's got to go. And then with that, you kind of remind me of my sister Louisa. Oh, I love Louisa. Louisa's like one of my favorites from Encanto. But yeah, we'll expand Moana's section, and then it won't feel like so off, like such a small narrow pathway. So yeah, that is my plan. Expand this to make it all a section for Moana, and then Prince Eric will be there. Which, actually, talking of that, I didn't mention it when I walked past. We have Maui in the back corner there by the rocks. I totally didn't showcase his house, but it is there in the water in the background. Again, it just kind of blends in. And then I put Ariel here so she can look fondly on to Prince Eric. You know, they're sort of within eye view of each other, and then that's where I made use of these sort of pillars and tropical sea items and everything like that. I don't know why I keep saying tropical. But yeah, so you can sort of imagine this aerial space, very under the sea. Yeah, just underwater sea items, all the anemones and everything like that. I wish some of these sea items looked more in place, but they just don't. I kind of wish we had like an underwater biome, and then you could place those items in there. Like, then it would just be more fitting. It just looks a bit wrong on the beach. So yeah, I've kind of like put them all in one corner. But yeah, going on from there, we'll come up to the forest. Now, the forest is where I've put my house and the theme park. So this is like a little side way in. We've got the Ferris wheel here. I love the Ferris wheel item. It's so pretty. We've also got the up balloons as well. Again, I'm just kind of using that as like a ride. And then we have my castle, my home. Oh my god, that's a great view right there. I did have 2 lion statues there, but I think I glitched one of them away accidentally because I had to move my palace to dig something up because there is a bit of a gap behind here, and I think something spawned and I had to kind of move the palace, and then it got rid of my lion. But yeah, then we have this clock, which I love this clock. I think this is way prettier than Minnie's clock. It does require quite a lot of resources. Again, I think it uses quite a bit gold. But yeah, I thought this would make a nice sort of walkway path. And then we've got the Mad Hatter teacup ride here. Going on from there, we've got a couple of the little stalls here where you can buy balloons, buy a couple of the headbands and things like that. Then we've got the Dumbo ride here, which again I absolutely adore. I would love to go to Disneyland or Disney World one day and just go on all these rides. I think it'd be amazing. Then we've got the It's a Small World pillars here. I don't have the bright and colourful ones, sadly. If I did, I would kind of do a mix of both. But for now, this is what we have. And then we've got the Mickey and Friends statue here, which again makes a nice feature point. This was a ride that I came up with by myself, just using the Stitch rockets, or spaceships, I guess they're called, and then the Buzz one as well. So I love this little ride, just pretending it's like maybe a little roller coaster or one of those little laser shooting games that you get. So that's what I created with that. We then have the Figment Topiary, I think that's what it's called. Now, obviously, I've not been to the park, so I don't know who Figment is, really. He does look kind of cute. He reminds me a bit of the Reluctant Dragon in a way. But I love this item. Like, I love all the florals on it. I wish we had something like this, maybe without Figment. Sorry, Figment. But just to have, like, in other areas as well, I think would be cute. And then here we have the carousel, Woody's carousel, which I've set up again just to create like this park area using some of the Pixar and Woody items here again, and some of the little aliens dotted about just to kind of complete the look. But yeah, that makes most of the Forest of Valor and the theme park. And then coming over here, I did want to still keep some foresty area in my forest. So we have this like camping ground area. So I've got the stalls here, which make sort of like little, I guess, market stalls and things like that. So we've got Kristoff's stall, we've got Goofy's stall, and then I just imagine people buying like little cakes or coffees, sitting down on the park benches, having a picnic and everything like that. And then I used to go caravanning and camping a lot as a kid. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so most of our holidays were at campsites because they were cheap. And usually at campsites you'll have like a central building or hub where you might be able to buy a couple of things, where you'd probably pay for your stay and everything like that, where the owners of the campsite would run the campsite from. So that's why I have Stitch's house here. I do wish he could be placed on the beach, but I just think the beach isn't big enough for all the houses that you can put there and everything. I just think there's not enough room. So I really wish they would extend the beach, make it a bit larger. That is something I would love. And then I created this stage area here using Olaf's stage. I sort of imagine like, I don't know if you've ever had it when you've gone on holiday abroad, where they'll usually have like a stage area where they do their nightly entertainments and things like that. That's what I kind of envisioned for this. So I just imagine like people getting up performing, doing a bit of karaoke and things. And again, I did want to put some chairs and benches here, but I just, again, Disney, release more outdoor items. I need more benches. I need more chairs, please. And then once I have something good, I'll put them here and have that set up. To the right, we have Buzz's RV. Again, it's a camper van. Like, it had to be in the campsite. So we've got these little chairs. We've got the little hot plate here, which I imagine people using for cooking. And then I imagine they've set up a little tent area here with the books and everything that they can read during the night and just have fun in. And then that faces on to the woody area here, or woodland area, I should say. Again, using this beautiful tree. I love this arch tree. I think it's so beautiful. Such an underrated item. But yeah, my woodland area is a bit small. It's a bit small. I wish I could extend it, but again, it just means chopping out certain bits, which I think is a shame. We've put the little water well here. We have another picnic blanket here. This time it's the Beauty and the Beast one, I believe this one is. Again, just imagining people having a bit of a picnic in the wood, in the woods and stuff like that. So that's my kind of woodland area. And then you can sneak along here, and then this will lead you to the stairs, which take you up into the frozen area. Here we've got this frozen fountain. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. I think a lot of people were disappointed that this bit at the top was frozen and kind of not like water spouting out, but I love it. I think it looks amazing. It's one of my favorite fountains. I think it just works so well in the frozen biome. Like, you obviously can't really use it anywhere else, but I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. And then to the right here, we have the frozen spa, as I call it. So I'm just imagining this as like a hot spring here. Even though we've got like the frozen icicles and stuff, I just like imagine this as kind of like an outdoor spa area. So we've got these little hot tub things. We have the hot coals as well. And over here we've got like the little counter, which I'm imagining is like the entryway to the spa, where you can get all your towels, get some juices or some hot chocolate or coffee as needed. And then I've kind of put Christoph's sleigh here. Yeah, sleigh. Just imagining that bringing in the resources needed for the spa. And then this little area where you could hang up your coats, look in the mirror, check yourself out and everything like that. And then I've sectioned it off with the purple plants and these trees, which I do absolutely love. I wish in some way these trees didn't have the snow on them, because if that was the case, these would absolutely be used in my Glade of Trust 100%. I kind of wish in some ways maybe if you placed a tree, if you moved it into another biome, maybe it changed to match that biome. So if you put these trees on the beach, they get sand on the bottom, or like mud in the Glade of Trust, or for instance if they were in the Sunlit Plateau, they could be a bit sandy, maybe something like that. Just something to kind of give a bit more variety. And then this is an area that I have been working on for ages, but it's taking forever. I'm trying to get all these icicles to spawn in this area where I've got the Anna statue. I'll put in a couple more pillars as well when that's done. They are slowly making their way here, but not quite quick enough. But yeah, I kind of want this to be another mystical area. Imagine it is somewhere that Elsa accidentally, maybe not throw someone, but just like it's kind of mystical and magical again. And then we have the I want to say Frozen Palace. It's the house where everyone from the Frozen world lives. So Olaf's house, Anna's house, Kristoff and Elsa, they all seem to live here. I think Elsa lives in this house too. I don't actually know. Or if she just stays in the cave. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Elsa might actually just reside in the cave. I'm not too sure. But then I put the fast travel thing here as well. I kind of like things to kind of look aesthetic. So like when you come up here, you can see the house and everything. Then I tried to create this frozen outdoor seating area. Again, I'm not happy with it. It just needs something else. Then we've got the igloo and the family of snowmen and everything like that. Like, I just imagine this as kind of like a snowy play area and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the rest of my frozen biome. So let me take you over to the Sunlit Plateau. Okay, so when you come up here from the plaza, to the right we have Scar's build. Now again, this is something where I'm making use of the biome's natural resources to create a look. So I didn't think there were many items you could place in for Scar's area. I did put in a little water hole because he kind of does need some water. I'm not that mean. Then I did place, we have got these very small bones that you get, but they're just very small, and using them over and over again just don't look very good. So I've been waiting for these to spawn in here, the bigger bones that give you clay that you can demolish, and I'm just leaving them. I'm letting them grow naturally kind of thing, and so I just get rid of the ones that spawn here and then hope that they respawn over here. We've got Scar's lounging rock here as well, so just imagine him lounging here. And then at the background we've got his little cooking section as well, which I can't actually get to because of how these spawned in. Can I get around? Oh yeah, I can get around here. So I can still use it. But yeah, again, it's just kind of like not having all the resources that I want, but I certainly think this is looking a bit more natural. You can imagine all the animals that Scar's killed and ate for dinner. And that's Scar's area. So very kind of naturally decorated, I guess you could say. And then over here we have Mirabelle's mini casita. I love mini casita. This is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I know a lot of people think it's really big, especially just for Mirabelle. I would love it if eventually we get some of the other characters like Louisa, Bruno and Isabella, and then they could all live in mini casita. That I think would be great. But yeah, to the right I've got Goofy's stall. Doesn't really fit in, but I just needed somewhere to put it. This is like a fabric stand. But I imagined it as like a washing line or a clothes horse. So just imagining that all the fabrics, all the beautiful clothing that Mirabelle and her family have, just imagine them out to dry and stuff like that. Then we've got the kind of like party family gathering area. So we've got the table here. Again, I kind of want to set this out with a bit more food, just to make it look more sort of lived in, bring it to life a bit more. But we've got the buñuelos. I really don't know how you say that word, so I apologize for the bad butchering of that. I'm sure it was. And the little cheese platter and things like that. We have the little cocoa piñata thing. Is that what they're called, piñatas? I set that up, and then we've got I love these chairs because of the color of them. But we've got them set up with a couple of guitars. So again, just imagining the family out here playing guitar, enjoying themselves and having a lovely time. But yeah, that's mini casita. And then to the left we have Wally's area. Now this is where I'm thinking of actually bringing the orchard to, is bringing it up here and putting it with Wally's stuff. So we know Wally loves to garden, we know he loves to tinker about with different items. So I've kind of made like a junkyard slash garden space kind of for him. So we've got like a lot of crates, barrels, sacks, things like that. And then we have like these electronic items, which I imagine that Wally's come across, collected. We've got the TV down there. We've got this TV. We've got the karaoke set. So I just sort of thought it felt more like a junkyard space for Wally. And then we have the pillar, which, as I said, I didn't move down to the glade because of this little water spout. So I don't know if you can see underneath there, there's like a big circle. It looks visually a bit unappealing when you move this. So I kind of left it. But yeah, that's Wally's space. And then if we cross over the bridge, look at this. This just looks wonderful. I want to fill this out a bit more. But we have Pride Rock. We have all the waterfalls and everything like that. The oasis space that Nala gives you. This here is where Simba and Nala live. So if we come around here, you can see we've got Pride Rock. Then I've got this little sleeping area space. So we've got down the leaf rug piles. I did put the little Simba cub nightlight thing here. It's very adorable, so cute. So yeah, I have that there along with Nala's little lion statues. Then we've got the waterfall, which I understand is currently bugged for some people, which is such a shame because this is such a beautiful item. But I had this like early game. So yeah, I was grateful to have those items. Then we got this little spot. This I believe was from Simba's quest line. So again, another little tropical watering hole space. And then this is the one you get from Nala's quest, which is absolutely gorgeous. Again, love all the flowers surrounding it. So I'm kind of envisioning a more like tropical lush space for them to live in. And then you've got Pride Rock here where they can just hang out and get sunned up and everything. And then on to the final biome, which is the Forgotten Lands. Not much is done here because of all these flames. I know a lot of people are trying to get rid of the flames. They can't wait for the next update so we can get rid of that. I'm very much in the same boat. I can't wait to get rid of them because they do sort of make things less cohesive. So naturally I built a graveyard. What better use for the coffin items than a graveyard? So we have Maleficent's throne in the corner. We have the little cauldron thing. I love this. This makes me think of the Black Cauldron. I would absolutely adore it if the Black Cauldron came to this game. It's one of the things that I would really love, but I don't think it's going to happen because the Black Cauldron is like the forgotten Disney film. So yeah, such a shame really, but yeah, so we've got kind of like the coffins. We've got the pillar that we can't interact with yet. Some of the Halloween items with the pumpkins and such, and the Soul of Wells? Well of Souls? Yeah, it won't be Soul of Wells. The Well of Souls down here as well, just to create this kind of very spooky graveyard space. And then I've put Donald's little fire fountain here. Again, I do really love this item, but it's sort of, if it didn't have the flame on top and was just the fountain, I think it would be a lot better. But I have seen a lot of people creatively use the fountain where they've merged items together to kind of create the look of just a fountain, so they hide the flame. People are so clever and creative. It's honestly amazing. But following on from that, we have this area here. Now this is not for looks or anything like that. This is purely for me to farm my wood. So it does look a bit out of place at the moment. But it helps me a lot with gathering the dark wood, which is a bit hard to get sometimes. I don't think the Forgotten Lands is particularly dark like a lot of people say. They say they can't find them. my problem was I had so many trees spattered about here and there that you're just running over the place, and it takes so much more time to gather the wood. So I did create this setup purely to make it quicker and easier. And then one little trick you can do, because in the Forgotten Lands you do get the white wood spawn here. If you're not trying to collect that, which I'm not because I have like a chest full, you can just set these aside in a row, and that means when the wood spawns around the tree, the only wood that's going to spawn is the dark wood. So definitely another little trick I would recommend. This right here would be my pumpkin patch, but I currently have quite a lot of money. Is there a way? Oh yeah, I have to press this button. So yeah, I've got 3 million coins, which I know there's plenty of people out there that have way more than that. But I feel like 3 million's enough. Yeah, it's more than enough. So I kind of stopped farming pumpkins to give me a bit more room on the item count. And then here we have the pumpkin house, just set up with all the pumpkin items and everything like that. I'm really excited to get this mystery uncovered in the next update. Oh my god, Wally, hello. Oh, I love him. Wally's my favourite, my absolute favourite character. Who's yours? You should let me know in the comments below. Who's your favourite character in this game that we have so far? But yeah, that's it. That's the rest of my valley. And then you come down here and you've got Scar section again. So, yeah, let me know what you think. What area was your favourite? Are you inspired by any of these ideas? Do you have a similar setup in your valley? I would absolutely love to know. And let me know if you're excited for the next update that's coming. Thank you all for joining me on this valley tour. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.